Famous soccer players make a lot of money. Some have gone on to do amazing things with their salary, from opening charities, solving issues around hunger and poverty, helping to fund health and education projects, and generally making the world a better place. Some, however, have chosen to use their millions in different ways. In this video, we're going to take a closer look at some of the best paid soccer players in the world and find out some of the dumbest things that they've chosen to spend their money on. Let's take a look. Starting with Cristiano Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo is not only one of the most popular and highest paid athletes in the world, but also one of the most followed, with 450 million followers on social media. After 9 years with Real Madrid, Ronaldo joined Juventus in 2018 with a 4-year deal that's worth $64 million annually. The player brought in $109 million in 2019, according to Forbes, making him the second highest paid athlete behind Lionel Messi. The man is rich, and he knows it, so what does he do with his riches? Well, at the moment, one of Ronaldo's biggest hobbies is cars. He drives a $300,000 Lamborghini Aventador along with his Maserati, and the garage is beginning to get a little bit crowded. He also owns a Bentley, a Porsche, and a Mercedes, among others. In 2019, Ronaldo added a $360,000 Rolls-Royce to his collection, a limited edition beauty that only the wealthiest in the world have been able to get a hold of. I mean, if we're earning like Ronaldo, we might splash out on a car or three too. The player's income has also provided him with a gorgeous place to live. Ronaldo lives in a $6.2 million villa in La Finca, an exclusive community in Madrid. The villa is complete with a fully equipped home gym, an outdoor swimming pool, and a cabinet full of Cristiano's trophies. In 2015, he also dropped $18.5 million on a new getaway spot, an apartment in Trump Tower. A guy's gotta have somewhere to relax, you know. You could argue that cars and houses are pretty normal things to spend your millions on, but Ronaldo has been known to splurge on a few out-there purchases too. He's spent some of his fortune, for example, opening a football-themed hotel in his hometown of Madeira, Portugal. The hallways of the 48-room hotel are lined with fake grass to mimic the look of a soccer field, and the rooms are filled with sports memorabilia such as Ronaldo's shirts, trophies, and sneakers. The sports star is also a fan of cryotherapy, in which the body is subjected to temperatures as low as negative 264 degrees Fahrenheit in order to help it recover and to heighten alertness. He loves the therapy so much, in fact, that in 2013 he had a cryo chamber worth almost $50,000 installed in his home. In 2015, Ronaldo paid nearly $30,000 to have a wax statue of himself made that he could keep at home. The footballer decided to invest in a second likeness of himself after making a series of visits to the first waxwork made in his honor, which has stood in Madrid's Museum of Wax since 2013. And various waxworks and models can also be found in museums and football clubs around the world. The sculptor Michael Wade, who created the figure in his UK studio, said his team added all the individual hairs to the waxwork's head, but they were not allowed to style it. This job was instead left for Ronaldo's hairdresser to do in Madrid. Next up is Paul Gascoigne. The British soccer hero's career has been littered with issues around financial irresponsibility, gambling, chain-smoking cigarettes, as well as alcohol and drug addiction. In 2008, for example, Gascoigne admitted to spending $2,000 a day on cocaine. Reports have said he was sorting out 35 lines, but would only take his favorite line numbers 16 and 19. Then he was throwing the rest away, which must have been costing him thousands. Back in 2006, Gascoigne reportedly lost thousands of pounds gambling in blackjack, where simultaneously chain-smoking 100 cigarettes and downing glass after glass of Cristal champagne. But he decided that enough was enough, and after a catalog of drunken incidents and spectacular falls off the wagon, the player took drastic action in early 2020, undergoing rehab treatment. However, despite the treatment, he admitted he had started drinking again prior to his successful appearance on an Italian reality show. "I'll always be an alcoholic, but now I can have a couple of glasses of wine and a few beers," he said. Gascoigne isn't the only one with financial troubles. Third on our list is Pele. Pele has done very well for himself indeed, with a net worth of over $100 million from a variety of income sources, including endorsing Atari's soccer video game in a commercial, starring in movies, and in his own biopic promoting MasterCard for the 2006 World Cup, releasing his own autobiography, and serving as a spokesman for Subway, the sandwich shop. The player spent 18 years with Brazilian club Santos before entering retirement in 1972. However, in 1975, reportedly due to his financial troubles, Pelé decided to come out of retirement to play with the NASL's New York Cosmos before retiring once more in 1977. Gambling and irresponsible behavior was also a big source of spending throughout Pelé's career, and in addition to his own financial troubles, he reportedly made gambling part of football's income due to his own irresponsible behavior, and as a result, money laundering and corruption became more widespread within the Brazilian FA. On a lighter note, let's talk about Didier Drogba. They say soccer players are gold diggers, that their wags are gold diggers, and that none of them care about anything but money. And it's true that some of them go out and buy gold-plated cars and gold teeth, while Drogba went above and beyond, going out and purchasing a whole gold mine. The player purchased 5% stake in a gold mine in the Ivory Coast, not long after a massive economic collapse in the country. Now, Drogba's home turf has started to come back from it, thanks to a large part to its cocoa and gold mines. The one Drogba purchased has produced 800,000 ounces of gold since 1991. That's worth over $1 billion in today's money. Well done, Drogba. Stephen Ireland, the former midfielder for Manchester United and Aston Villa, once said that wealth is wrecking Manchester City. That's ironic because Ireland has spent most of its net worth on some crazy stuff. He purchased himself an $8 million mansion in England and decked it out with all the necessities. For example, a room that's entirely painted gold, a $150,000 fish tank complete with tropical fish, a spa, massive indoor pool, and a cinema and pool table room. His daughter's bedroom in the home is painted entirely pink from ceiling to floor. The British soccer player has been pretty critical of other younger players. In an interview, he once spoke about some of the younger members of his former team. They're coming in with 10,000-pound watches on their wrists and walking around as if they have played 200 Premier League games. But Ireland seems to be quite the big spender itself. In terms of quantifiable financial debt, Diego Maradona wins out over everyone on this list. According to Italian news agency ANSA, Maradona has a 37 million tax debt that has yet to pay off from his playing days in Napoli. Maradona has blamed the tax debt, according to Italian sports daily Corriere dello Sport, on some Napoli director who failed to promptly inform the player, who had already left Italy, about the original tax bill. He also urged Italian lawmakers to pass a bill that would restore serenity and justice to me and all those like me, who are not few, who find themselves in the same conditions. Until then, Maradona says he has no plans of visiting Italy, and it's probably a good thing. He's already had his earnings, worth some 4,000 euros, and Rolex watches confiscated by government officials. And finally, Wayne Rooney. Wayne Rooney is famous for his attitude, gorgeous wags, and his inability to win when it matters most. But the man, who has a reported income of $12 million a year, can do one more thing well: spending money. Rooney is well known for his love of racehorses, and he bought his third one in 2014. He doesn't have much of a talent for picking good ones, however, as one of the horses he bought only ever won 2 races, and that was before he bought it. He also hired a horse whisperer and equine therapist to treat another horse for its anger management. It's a necessity, right, Wayne? After signing a huge contract in 2010 with Manchester United, he and his wife flew to Dubai and spent time at a $3,000 a night hotel, enjoying $80 a glass bottles of wine, his wife enjoying her new $500 bikini, and the two settling in on one afternoon for a $3,655 lunch. This came instead of celebrating at his $7 million mansion by throwing a $135,000 party, which he had to cancel because of people protesting outside his home. Our heart bleeds for him. What would you spend your money on if you were in the shoes of our millionaire soccer stars? Let us know what's on your list in the comments, but for now, that's a wrap. Thanks for watching.